Good morning, Grantmakers in the arts. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 31st Annual Grantmakers in the Arts Conference, and our largest ever. So thank you so much for being here. My name is Janet Brown, and I am President and CEO of Grantmakers in the Arts, and it is my privilege this morning to be grateful for many things and to give thanks to all of you for being here, for traveling long distances, for driving from your homes in Los Angeles, which is oftentimes like traveling long distances, and for making the effort to come here to be with your peers and to join our community of practice in 3 days of what we hope will be truly meaningful learning for everyone. First of all, I have to thank and be grateful for our local planning committee. Did I say my name? I hate that when you don't say your name. Oh, see, short-term memory gone. Don't put that on the video. What? Oh, God. Okay. So I want to ask all of the planning committee when I read your name to please stand. Please stay standed. I've also lost everything I learned when I was an English teacher. And hold your applause until we're all done. That would be great. So first of all, co-chair Laura Zucker, executive director of the Los Angeles County Arts Commission. Co-chair Kristen Madsen with Creative Sonoma. Danielle Brazel, general manager of the Los Angeles City Department of Cultural Affairs. No clapping for Danielle. Yeah, rock star, but whatever. Angie Gaspar Milanovic, I was really good at that, who's also the director of grants and professional development for the Los Angeles County Arts Commission. James Hare, program officer of the California Community Foundation. Rachel Levin, executive director of the Rosenthal Family Foundation. Janice Pober, senior vice president from Sony Foundation. Craig Watson, executive director of the California Arts Council. Jeannie Sakamoto, senior program officer from the James Irvine Foundation. And Joan Weinstein, deputy director of the Getty Foundation. So please give all of these folks a big round of applause. This is no simple commitment that these people have made. Although our staff does a lot of the little detail work, these people were on phone calls with us every 2 weeks for the last 9 months and contributed so very much to what you're going to experience here in Los Angeles. And I also want to give a special thanks to Maddie Wilder. Is Maddie here? I haven't seen him. Maddie? Well, when you see Maddie, who is with the Herb Alpert Foundation, he organized all of the dine-arounds with some help from Jim and from Angie. So those are, Jim McDonald will tell you about that later, about signing up for the dine-arounds for this afternoon. So I also want to thank everyone who contributed to our conference. And you saw them, I think you saw the slides. I didn't see the slides because, of course, I'm working the room. So that were listed. So all of our contributors are extremely important to us to support what goes on at this conference. The most important thing is that we're able to keep our registration prices at a rate that we hope are affordable, especially to our public agency members. So that, and small foundations and community foundations and people with really, really, really tight travel budgets. And part of what those contributions do to support this conference goes to that, which is really important for us. Also, I want to thank the people who planned our pre-conference yesterday. Did everyone enjoy their pre-conference yesterday? Yeah. So each of those events had a special planning committee, and they are listed on page 33 of your program. And the contributors for our conference are also, which I will talk about a little bit more as we go on, are also listed on the inside of your program. I do want to give a special shout out to the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation and the James Irvine Foundation for their leadership sponsor grants to help us out. Yay! And then I also want to thank the Grantmakers and the Arts Board of Directors who represent you, the membership, very well. I think that we have an incredibly diverse board in terms of types of organizations and sizes of budgets and geography. And I would just like them to stand right now so that you can see them. They have a little purple ribbon on their name badge, and so if you see them during the conference, stand up, stand up. So they're the people to complain to if you have any complaints. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But they have a little purple name badges, little tags on their name badges, and so please ask them questions and say hello, introduce yourself. And then if they can't answer your questions, you can ask the superheroes who are the GIA staff and our volunteers. And they have little green, what do you call these things? Flags? You call them flags? Ribbons. Okay, thanks. Little green flags or ribbons, depending on what part of the country you grew up in, on their name badges. And so please ask them any questions. I want to acknowledge before we go any further, because I love to embarrass him, that Jim McDonald has done just a fantastic job. And for those of you who don't know and are maybe new to GIA, GIA had a deputy director and director of program for 14 years, Tomer Peterson, who retired last year. And so we were very nervous about how we could put this conference together with a new person, and if that person could get up to speed and whatever, just be like a good conference guy. And Jim McDonald has exceeded all of our expectations. And we are so grateful that a year ago he decided to choose GIA for his next job. So thank you, Jim. Stand up, Jim. And this is going to be payback for that. Okay. And this year we also have 2 bloggers with us. So one of the things that we started doing years ago was that we felt that there are people who couldn't come to the conference, or there were your grantees who wanted to know what you were doing at the conference, or what you Grantmakers talk about. So so we started having oh God, sorry. This is from here. I don't quite know why this is here, but that's right. Be careful when you come up here, Laura, because... All right. Anyway, those bloggers are Lara Davis, who runs Creative Advantage for the Seattle Office of Arts and Cultural Affairs, and Barry Hasenius, who writes Barry's blog with Westaff. So would you guys stand up? Right. And they may be in your sessions. They are wonderful people. They will understand if you say, please don't write about this, or we're not comfortable with you being here, would you leave? I mean, you can do all of those things. But really our intent is for them to share the general aspects of what we're learning together and with the rest of the world, so that we can be a little bit more transparent. And I am grateful for the new faces today that have joined us at GIA. And for the many GIA attendees who have come and been here many, many, many years in a row. If this is your first conference, would you please stand up? Wow! Woo! We welcome you to GIA, and we hope that everyone around you will help guide you through this conference and will share their knowledge with you. And more importantly, we hope that you will share the knowledge that you bring to us during the whole time that you're at the conference. So in the past, we've had really cute, funny, no solicitation videos. We don't have that this year. We just have me saying to you that this is a no solicitation conference, meaning that if you have a project that you're working on that you'd like someone here in this room to give money to, this conference is not the time to talk about it. So we're pretty serious about this because it really maintains for us a level of integrity that we're here as peers to learn from each other, and you all get hit up enough in your regular day jobs that we don't want you to have to do that while you're at GIA. So there are really nice ways that you can deal with this, and probably the best way is to say, just call me when I'm back in the office. And that's all you need to do. So, all right. So we are a community of practice. Not just to learn about what it means to be a philanthropist, or how we can best give away dollars. But we're here to learn how to make the world a better place with artists at its core. In our communities, and in our state, and in our nation. So although GIA is a multifaceted organization, we do lots of things, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. We are guided by three basic principles. One is inclusiveness, the second is collaboration, and the third is curiosity. And my hope for you is that we live up to those expectations in every session that you're in while you're here, and that you will carry those expectations with you back home to your own communities. So have a great time in the next 3 days. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce to you one of our board members, the co-chair of this conference, the woman who has been a driving force behind much of what happens in the arts and culture in LA County for many years. And we love her dearly, Laura Zucker.
Welcome to LA. I have a theory that the country's slanted because sooner or later everybody slides here. Because LA is not only a place, it's also an idea. And it's not just one idea. With 3,600 arts organizations and more than 150,000 artists spread out over 88 cities, 81 school districts, and countless neighborhoods in which more than 140 languages are spoken. Ideas overlap and intersect and collide. LA's fluid and ever-changing and can sometimes be overwhelming because of the huge range of options always available. Now, one of the options this week that I was reading about just in yesterday's paper is a return of Carrie the musical. It's almost Halloween after all. In what the LA Times calls a spectacular immersive production of the legendary Broadway failure, it triumphs, it says, the material more accomplished than previously perceived. Its creative team and heroic designers maintain their mind-boggling standards, and the fervent cast has grown into a triple threat unit. It remains Cirque du Soleil meets Disneyland with pig's blood, plus a fresh patina of old Hollywood grandeur, because it's at the Los Angeles Theater just a few blocks from here. I haven't seen it yet, but I hope to. Everyone's idea of Los Angeles is different, based on a privately curated experience of your own making. It's one of the things I learned from the Los Angeles Festival. David Hewlin, in his new book about Los Angeles called Sidewalking, calls this a region of seismic existentialism, whose ground is shaken not just by earthquakes, but by the seemingly endless eruption of alternative urban forms, an endlessly generous LA with gifts of transformation, revelation, and innovation. So on behalf of my co-chair, Kristen Madsen, the Conference Planning Committee, and all my colleagues who are Los Angeles Arts Funders, and would everyone who's a Los Angeles Arts Funder please just stand for a moment? Los Angeles Arts Funders. We will be your personal concierges, and we invite you to be in an LA state of mind throughout the conference, open to exploration, able to hold conflicting ideas in your mind at the same time, ready to invent the future. So glad to have you here.